Hi guys, Mike here, 4th generation renovation. Have I got something big to show you guys in this video? So don't go anywhere, you're not going to want to miss this one. Alright guys, so you probably thought I was never going to get back onto this job, but it's been a bit warm, so it's been quite a nice cool day when I did this, so yeah, it wasn't too bad working out in the sun. So I've just got some more of the acrylic render, and you can see there I've got the render beads that I've put around, and the polystyrene moulding around the edge. That's got to go on all the arches. But I'm just working my way around and rendering all of this blue board, so you got the arches and then the posts as well. So it's quite an easy job. This render is really quite good to work with. I mean, it's a bit sloppy. I mean, I'm working overhead and I'm not losing too much of it. I think it's all in the technique, and yeah, just we'll get there eventually. There's no real rush with this. When it cools down, I'll come back out and I'll get all these outside jobs done. But I just don't like working in the sun. It's just too hot, and you know, my skin doesn't like it. So yeah, I'll find some jobs to do inside while it's hot. So I'm just laying it in as smooth as I can at the moment. Once it sets off a little bit, and you'll see it starts to go lighter in colour, like you can see just above my head there, then you can come back with the sponge and just sponge it up, smooth off all the little edges, and yeah, blend it all in. So we're onto the post obviously now, and yeah, the render beads you'll see shortly just make life so easy. So you just slap it in, it doesn't matter what it looks like, and then you just run the trowel just like that, and nice flat edge. Where that's a bit lumpy, it doesn't really matter too much, the sponge will even that out. So you see the little gaps above the timber there? I'm really pushing the render into those gaps, and that'll help stiffen everything up and obviously stop moisture from just pouring in there. So you can see I'm just slapping it on, and that's all you really need to do. So there's moulding going around that top edge of that. That doesn't have to be perfect, but I just love it when when you clean it up like that. It's so satisfying. So a bit of a look afterwards. I've actually got quite a bit done now. I've got the arches and some of the posts done. So yeah, that's looking quite nice. I like that view. Just sponging it off now. Just blending it all in and making it look nice. Alrighty guys, so now we're on to the parquet flooring in the dining room. So after cutting up thousands of pieces, all these little bits, little triangles here, just while you see me cut this, I nearly cut the end of my finger off. I think I may have mentioned it. It's all healed up now. It's a bit numb on the end, but yeah, doing these little triangles. So Julie come in and she gave me a hand. She went around and placed all of the sets all the way around the edging, and then a little bit later she manned the nail guns and helped out with that. So I'm using the liquid nails underneath this just to stop any creaking or anything like that, help hold it down so when it's sanded I don't get any movement afterwards. So now after I've done this actual patterned edge, then there's about three or four layers of strips to run around the edge. So there's quite a bit that makes up this the edging part of it. So you said Julie's got the nail gun now, so it's just nice having that hand, even though not necessarily quicker, but it's easier and it's more enjoyable.
That?
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. What'd you do to the gun?
I haven't done anything to it.
Out of the house. You push them in, then you pull that, slide it back, push them down, and then go lock and load. Locked and loaded. So yeah, always like to have a bit of a laugh when we're working together, and yeah, Julie's not that used to all the tools, so I'll poke a little bit of fun at her with, what are you doing? You're breaking it. She knows I'm mucking around. So yeah, no, it was quite enjoyable. We got all this edging done really quickly. Again, I didn't have to get up and down. That's the hard bit I've found with this flooring, getting up and down. And the old knees, you know, they kind of start to hurt a bit. Hey guys, just a quick one. If you're enjoying this video, hit like for me, that'd be awesome. So yeah, all the edging's done. Now we just got to put all the strips around the edge. So sweeping out, there's always dust. I mean, God, the house is always dusty. But you know, we get through it. We know we need to wear shoes, or we're gonna feel like we're walking on crumbs all the time. So yeah, so I've got this little blackwood strip that goes on first, well second. I've already got an oak one. Now the beauty is, with all these bits, I've been collecting these bits up for quite some time, of little offcuts from jobs that I've done. When I make the tables up, I cut thin strips off and they usually go in the bin. My boss sometimes will come and cut them up to just save the room in the bin, and he takes it home and burns it. But yeah, I've been saving them up, and then I just go over there when, you know, sort of take an hour out before I go home and cut them all to the size that I want. So it's a good use. You know, it's going to get thrown out or burnt, so it's not costing anyone, especially me. So yeah, it's working out rather cheap. But even if I had to buy it all, I would still do that because it just looks so good. So now we're on to the what Mum calls basket weave, and it makes sense now. And actually, now that she said that, it's tricked my mind now into thinking about baskets when I look at it. And yeah, so that's obviously what it's called. I didn't know. So just working through bit by bit. I actually finished off the rest of this floor in one day, which was quite good. Doing these bits aren't too bad. You can get a lot done quickly. It's when you got to cut all the edges, every single bit around the edge, those little triangle bits, they all need cutting with 45 degrees on the edges. So, and they've got to be exact, or you end up with gaps, or they don't fit in. So yeah, see, I mean, obviously I've cut out a big section there. You wouldn't want to sit and watch that for an hour, but yeah, I got it done quite quickly. I was really quite happy. So yeah, see, here's all the little bits, like they've all got to get cut exactly right. So I was just test fitting that make sure that, because if it's a little bit out of square, that's not going to work. So, and I'm trying to use minimal nails. So I've gone around, I've just nailed 2 nails into the last piece in each of the squares, and then all the little bits I've just glued them in. But have a look at that. I mean, that just looks superb. Hi guys, it's time for the big thing. So let's get into it. So the big thing is, guys, I've been learning how to use SketchUp, and I've drawn up the whole house. I've even done the interior, and I've added furniture and floor coverings to some of the areas. It's not finished. Some rooms haven't had doors and windows cut, but I want to give you a walkthrough now because I've been working on this for weeks. I've also done the work on the house during my off time from the computer, but I've spent many hours drawing this up. So now it's time to reveal it to you. So first up, guys, I'll just take you through the basic plans with the elevations. Not much to say. We've basically got the plan view, we've got the front elevation, we've got the side inside the garden elevation, the back elevation, which sorry, I haven't positioned that very well. Like I said, this program is new to me. The elevation along the fence, and you can see I haven't cut the windows and doors in there yet. So going down to like a street view from my driveway. This is the view, the actual view. You can see how the original house is as per the drawing, and I've got the fence going in. So we'll pivot around, and one thing you'll notice first up is the portico. And the portico's got the rustication to it, same as what's around the front door with the massive keystone. And there will be more detail to the top of the portico, but for now it's I've just left it square because I can't draw everything in 5 minutes. All the detailed things take a bit of time. So now we'll go inside the house, guys. This is where the exciting stuff will start. You can see the double sash windows either side, so they're actually underway. I'm making them at the workshop at the moment, so we can get rid of that shop front. So that already looks better. So going on in through the entry, that has all the coffered ceiling, it's got the chandelier in there and all the panelling. In the view of the hallway, same as what it actually is. We've got an office to the left. I'll take you in there at the end of the video, end of the tour, sorry. So we'll spin around now, and this is where the exciting stuff is, the parlour. So look at that spot by the fire there. Wingback chairs, a little table. I'll certainly be enjoying my whiskey liqueur sitting in there with the fire going during winter. We've got a little window there so we can look out and see if there's anything going on outside. Ice maker, so we're going to move the fridge over to that wall there. I've got a nice big opening here with an arch going out into the family room, so that's maybe a little bit modern, but I think it'll work. You can see the coffered ceiling there, and you can see we've got transoms and there'll be LED light panels, stained glass panels surrounding the doors, and we're into the family room. There's still a door to cut on the left hand side. Once again, I will get and do that. We'll have our fireplace with the overmantel in the chimney area there, straight ahead. And spinning around into the bay window, I'm actually thinking that might be a nice spot for our bar area. So we'll see what happens, but regardless, it's got the coffered ceiling in there as well. I just wanted to separate the areas with the arch. It could just be opened up fully, but I kind of like the arched area and it just separated a little bit. So yeah, it could look pretty cool to have a bar in there. Spinning around, and this will be the wall to the right there, where the TV will be. This room is quite large, it's about 7 metres square, so we won't be squished in. And I think that large arch is quite a nice little addition rather than having a doorway there. And if one of us is in the kitchen, the other one's in the lounge room, we can easily communicate. And I'm talking when Julie's cooking dinner, of course. But yeah, I can yell out and go, how long till dinner? Or she can go, dinner's ready, whatever it might be. So yeah, it looks good. Spinning around into the stairwell. So this stairwell at the moment, I've only drawn the 2 flights in, but it will actually have 6 all the way up to the attic. So there'll be balustrading here, and in the area between the steps, the void there will have rounded ends on it, and the balustrading will be curved around, so it'll go up, around and up, and it'll just keep going all the way up. I should mention that those stairs are 4 feet wide, or 1200 millimeters wide. So yeah, looking up, there will actually be a stained glass skylight above all the stairs, so that will be pretty nice looking up at that. So now we're turning around, and we've got the landing here and the opening for our bedroom. Of course, there'll be doors there, not drawn in yet. The door on the right, well, that's a door on the right. That is actually for access into the loft of the existing building for storage. That's all that's for, just for storage. There'll be no rooms in there. It's not really big enough, but it will be a really good storage area. So going on into the bedroom now, and you'll see we've got our balcony with double doors opening out there. I'm thinking about putting a window either side of the door. Not sure about that, if it needs it or not. It might be too much. I'm thinking it wouldn't hurt, it'll let a lot of light in, but also the sun will come in through there, so maybe it's not a good idea. We'll just see what happens there. So heading out to the balcony, once again, haven't finished the drawing with the balustrade and detailing it all. We're going to spin round and we're going to be able to see our yard. So I've got the carport and the shed to draw in, but there's our private little yard down there. We've got the arbour, of course, that I'm building, and the trees, once they're big, it's going to be absolutely superb looking down at that area. So we're going to turn around and head back in. You'll see the radiator underneath the window. There'll be radiators throughout the whole house, existing and extension. We won't always want to light the fire. The fire will be purely if we just want to have that extra little bit of, coziness, I guess. So we've got a TV, big TV on the right. We've got a nice 2.5 metre wall there to put a big TV up. Actually, we're going to put our existing TV up there, and we'll get a bigger one for the family room. So now this area straight ahead, it's going to be all decked out with the moulded arches and all of that stuff, same as the hallway, but on the left and to the right of the arches is our robe area. So we'll have hanging, we'll have drawers, and we'll have all the normal stuff, but we'll also have, so walking through the robe, that's our ensuite. There will be windows to let light into, not this robe area, but into the bathroom. There's nothing in there at the moment, it's just a room. So I'll draw the windows in there and all the things so that you can see how that's all going to look. So I'll just spin back around now. So that's quite a nice big area for the robe. I think that's going to be more than enough hanging and drawer and cupboard space for the both of us. You can see the space that we've got around the bed. At the moment I've got to squeeze around. I am going to make a new bed. I'm going to make a nice sleigh bed. Big, chunky, high sleigh bed. That's going to be nice in that area. And all this modern furniture, forget about that, I'm not having that in there. So this area here, now this is a bit of a surprise to probably most of you. That there is our elevator. So there's nice, I've made that door 1 metre wide. So if there's ever a need for a wheelchair or walking frame, anything like that, we've got a nice big door to be able to get in and out of the elevator. So yeah, there's elevator will go up to the attic also, because that's going to be my painting nook. So I want to be able to, if I ever need to get new joints and I can't move very well, we can get everywhere we want to be. So we'll head back down. This is going to look totally different with all the balustrading. This will be quite a grand staircase when it's done. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. This is one of the jobs I cannot wait to do. There'll be all wainscoting panelling all the way up around. There'll be, it'll all be in the dark timber, so it'll all match. Yeah, it's really going to look nice. The wainscoting going up and around the stairs, that's a must. I mean, how good does that look when you look in old Victorian homes? So we're turning back around and going back down into the family room. You can see the size of the room. Going to have plenty of room there. I'm thinking maybe in that bay we could also have a little breakfast nook. Might be a good idea as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the coffered ceiling, you know, that's another thing I'm looking forward to building. So back into the kitchen. Now in that chimney there, remember we've got the freestanding oven and gas cooktop. That will be in there, but it may not be that particular unit. It might be more of one of those replica wood oven type units. So we'll have all cupboards all around that. I'm thinking maybe glass doors for display on either side of the chimney. Don't know whether that'll be just be more cleaning. We'll see. We'll work all this out. So we're going back into the hallway, obviously. And it's amazing the difference, just putting that carpet runner there. It's crazy. When I started doing all these detail things, and I looked at it, it's like, wow, check this out. And every time Julie come in the room, it was like, check this out, Julie. And she was probably getting sick of it, but it's pretty exciting. Heading back down towards the entrance, and I'm just going to show you in my little office. So we'll just head in there and have a little look. So in here we'll have a desk underneath the windows. We'll have a big bookcase. I'm imagining with one of those sliding ladders. God knows what I'm going to put in the shelving. They'll probably be empty, but there won't be probably books in there. And there'll be a sofa bed, so we've got a nice guest room. Spin around, have another look at the parlour. Now I've just coloured that flooring, but we've got the parquet flooring that is going through the whole house. So that's going to add something to the look. It won't just be an orangey browny colour. But that just looks superb. I cannot wait to be using that area. The windows aren't a big job. I'm building the windows at the moment, 4 sash windows, and I've already worked out how I'm going to install them, and it's not going to be a massive job, and it will all match the existing stone. So just pausing for a second here in the entry and looking out to the inside of the portico. So now this portico, it has to be fully open for pedestrian access because this is council land. So whether it be people walking, mobility scooters, kids on bikes, whatever it might be, they've got full access there. I haven't made it smaller in the slightest. I've put those legs to the portico out further and they just go out close to the road. So yeah, there's plenty of room there for pedestrians. And that will have the rusticated panelling all on the inside as well. I just haven't drawn it in yet. So turning around, I quite like the look under the veranda here. And you can see that the fence sits back and we'll have that garden bed along the front of the fence there and in front of the parlour. There's the two windows that I'll be putting in to replace the shop window. And then when we come down and we see our little window here for the parlour extension, and that'll be a nice little spot sitting in there, and we can still look out and see what's going on. So yeah, I've said it once, I'll say it again, can't wait for it. The fence is exactly as the fence that I've made, so you can see that quite obviously. Got the gate there also, and turn around and we've got a nice view of the balcony and the side veranda, and then we've got the dormer windows up the top to let light into my little artist nook, and also to let light in to the skylight for the stained glass above the stairwell. So yeah, just spinning around again. Yeah, that's really what I had in my head, and it will be reality one day. So wow, that took some time, didn't it? But that was a full tour. I will do another tour and it will be all fully rendered inside. Can't wait for that. But yeah, that's going to take a bit of time. So I've got work that I can do on the house. As I said, I've got the front windows that I'm making at the moment. I've got if it's not too hot, I can push on with the arbor and the fence. I'm waiting on some stuff for the dining room. I've ordered the ceiling rose, and I've got some lights on hold. So yeah, that won't be able to be finished off just yet. But I've got wainscoting to do in the dining room. There's a whole heap of stuff. So yeah, stick around, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because this is what I'm building. This tour that I've just took you on, that is exactly how it will look. I've put so much thought into these plans and all the areas, and measuring out how big everything needs to be, and you know what to add into each room. I've put many hours in just laying in bed at night thinking about an area when I've done a little bit of work, and it sparked my imagination to what we can do in the new part. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, because next year plans will be going in and we'll be starting work on this next year. I promise you that. We'll be starting work on building all this next year. So get subscribed and don't miss anything, and we'll be starting building before you know it. But in reality, all right, it might take a few months. It's not going to be quick going through council, but by the middle of the year, I would say, we'll be able to start looking at building something, and it will just get bigger and bigger from there. Alright guys, well there's actually just one more thing I wanted to show you before I finish up the video. I'll turn the camera around. So up there, see that little vent? That's that access door I was telling you about going into the loft. So that's where that will be. So that's the landing of the stairs, then that's where our bedroom will start and it'll come out. So yeah, that's exactly where that door will be. So I just thought you might be interested to see where it is now. So you can see I've actually got some, no I haven't. I used to have some pegs in the ground, but every time people come around I pull them up so they don't hurt themselves, and then I'll go and measure it and put them all in the ground again. But I'll stand, let me just paste it out quickly. Alright guys, so I just worked it out. So where the bin is, left hand side right next to the gate right there, that's where the edge of the bay window will be. So that's how far out we're coming. And then if you have a look along over here, I'll see if I can point to it. Right there, there's a stake in the ground. That's the back part, and then the bay window will step out here. So that's the size of it. You can see it's good size. It's not over the top, but it's big enough that we're going to be comfortable, and that'll leave us a spot out the back where I'm standing now for an entertaining area. And yeah, we'll have a little courtyard over the other side there where the toilet and the clothesline is. Yeah, it's going to work out good. So I know that took quite a bit of time, guys, to go through that plan, but I really wanted you to have a good look and understand what's in my head and what I'm going to be building here on the channel. So the detail that I've got in the house, like the existing part here, like the pocket doors behind me, you know, like that, and you know, the wainscoting I was talking about on the stairs. You know, we've got the wainscoting around here. So, you know, this is the type of detail I'm going to be doing. The arches, or looking down here, the arches, that'll be kind of like our walk through in our robe through to the ensuite. So I'm not going to be skimping out. Sorry about it, a bit dark there. I'm not going to be skimping out on detail and quality when I build this big extension. It's all got to blend in and look like it was built at the same time. That's the goal. So yeah, that's I'll cut it off now, otherwise it'll go for another hour. But I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas for things that I could do. It's still in the planning stage. Obviously I've got the drawings done up, but the beauty with SketchUp is I can just cut a wall and push it out. It's a really awesome program. So that'll be it for this video. And yeah, like I said, thanks very much for getting all the way through. And don't forget to give me a like and comment. You know, interaction, I really need that interaction to help push this channel along. So anything you can give me, I really appreciate it. So until the next video, I'll try and get another one out before Christmas. I'm thinking about doing a live soon. So yeah, let me know in the comments if any of you guys would be interested, now that you've seen the plans, about doing a live Q&A. So we can do that, you know, maybe between Christmas and New Year's, set it up. And I haven't done it yet, so I've got to get everything set up. So we can look at doing that. So until then, you take care. You have a great Christmas if we don't get another video up, and be safe, and yeah, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys. Cheers.